Hello guys, hope I'm audible. Can someone please confirm? Great. Okay, we'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes max and then we'll start. Okay. Let me share my screen. The time being. Guys, today's topic is bit thing that everything cannot be shown in the screen, like in the report program or anything. So what we did is we directly went to the example. I gave you a bit of knowledge and then we started, right? But to understand the IDOC thing and the structure, the segment and everything, I think I might have to use some PPT part as well. Okay, so that you are able to understand that thing, like how we are linking the things, why we need these things. Okay, so we'll do that part as well. Okay, so let's start 1 or 2 minutes. Nice to see people. Hi Hamida, hi Kishore, hi Palvi, hi Umesh, hi Kishore. Okay, we'll start. Let people join. So guys, today's topic is IDOCs. Okay, so as a developer, when we are working on the IDOC part, so we have to do some configuration in the system. So, and along with that, we also have to write sometime the programs when we are working with custom programs or even the standard program. Also, we have to write a lot of code to trigger to capture the data. Okay, so what is IDOC actually? Okay, that's the first question. What is IDOC and why do we need IDOC actually? So see, the system is like we have a lot of information available in our SAP system, okay, and then that information has to go to some customer, okay, or it can be some user, like end user we can say, or we can say if it's working on the B2B business, okay. Let's suppose Reliance, okay. Reliance is a B2B also and B2C also. What they do is they take out the petrol from the sea, okay, and that is their business. But what they do is they do the direct sell, as well as what they do is they sell to other companies also, okay. So business is working with business, okay, and then they are working with customer as well. So now to send those information to that file or to the invoice amount, okay, and a lot of information like purchase orders, all those things, now it has to come to SAP. They are not playing directly over the emails that I need 200 liter of petrol for this month or something like that, okay. So that can be one example. They are not doing something, some information like that. So in that case, what they do is they create one PO in that their system. The customer, they will be creating one PO, and what they do is they trigger one kind of message, okay, internally, okay, and then it comes to our SAP system directly, SAP to SAP, okay. And then what in Reliance, what they do is they will go to SAP system and they will see, okay, any purchase order request has come or not, and then they can see in their system. Okay, likewise, so that is one of the scenario I'm telling you. So we they send some kind of message actually that okay, we need this information, can you do that? And all some it can contain some information like do they need petrol, do they need diesel, do they need other product? Along with that, they can say what quantity is required, or they can say when that what's the date they require that. So all these are all like data, which is the information they are sending with the message that I need the iDocs. Okay, so that is like a postcard or the letter, okay. So they are sending it. So similar way, when the Reliance, what they do is okay, now they are good with sending the petrol or diesel or anything, okay. So what they can do is okay, this is ready, okay, they can send some communication, okay, or they can say no, this 10,000 liter is not available right now. We can say are you okay with 5,000? So they can send some communication again, and then the file will go to the business, other business, okay, and then what they can approve or reject, something like that, based on the workflow or based on some other process in their system. They can again trigger some message again. So they are not doing these kind of thing mostly. Some businesses still do that, because not all business can work on SAP. Some businesses are working on normal system also, which they are using Java application, they are using Oracle, there are Finacle, there are a lot of systems are currently available, which they are currently using, okay, for the small businesses. But the large businesses, I have seen many companies have built the SAP, and they are using the IDOC thing for the communication. Even along with that, they have some other system also available, like RFCs. They have APIs, they have proxies, they have web services. So this is also one of the channel. IDOC is the most famous channel to send or receive the data in the SAP system. Okay. So what does the IDOC store actually? Okay. So the question I'll tell you. Let me create one kind of small PPT so that will give you better idea. Okay. We have not created a PPT from our starting session, but I think this time it is bit required to uh, understand properly actually. Okay, so I'll just create one PPT. Okay, so now the topic is that IDOC. Okay, I don't know how to use the PPT also properly, because I'm not using the PPTs. IDOC full form is, can anyone write the IDOC full form over here if they are working on in the chat box, please? Guys, be interactive and just let's. No, it's not CPI. IDOC. Yeah, Navatan says intermediate document. That's correct. Okay. Yeah. So the full form for this is intermediate document. Okay. And what it holds actually. Okay. IDOC is just a, topic or the name or the object we can say. Okay. This only defines that we are talking about something, then what you are talking about. So you can say I'm talking about the IDOCs. Okay. So this is only the part. Okay, nothing much in that, but we have some example available for this. Okay, so if I say that what is IDOC, okay, and what kind of IDOCs we have available. So IDOC is nothing but it's a container. Okay, what it contains is contains the data. Okay, so what it contains is, let me create one thing, text boxes. Okay, so what it contains three things basically. Okay, so let me just take out three boxes first, then I can help you with that. So what are those three things is, okay, let me create it one by one. Okay, I think that is not working, copy pasting. So there are three things IDOC contains. One is address. Okay, okay, I'm just telling briefly first, then I will tell you the technical name also. Okay, and the next part is, it contains data. Okay, and the next part it is that it contains status. Okay, so what it contains, what does it mean actually? So whenever we are sending or receiving some IDOC, okay, so when they say that we are, I'm sending IDOC, I'm creating some IDOC in the system, so what does that mean actually? So it means is that these three information is either being sent, okay, or either being received, like someone is sending to us or we are sending outside. Okay, so those are also two terms. So what does the address store actually? So address store that, to whom we are sending this thing. Okay, so it can be some, uh, it can be customer. Okay, or it can be some business. Okay, it can be some, same system, same SAP. Okay, we have, what we call, shared master data, actually SMDL we call it. So there we have main system, along with that we have subsystem also. So what do we do is that we are creating some material in the system. Okay, and then we sharing that information to the small other servers we do have. In there we share the information. Okay, so it holds the address of that IDOC actually, or the letter. So we can assume this as a letter. Okay, we can assume this as a letter. IDOC is like a letter, but it's in electric format. Okay, E format. Okay, We are not sending it anything with the paper thing. Then what we do is in the letter that first we do the address where it has to go or from where it is coming. Okay. The next thing is the data. Okay. So what does the data means actually? That we are what is the content inside that? Okay. So in the letter what we mostly write is that we write our content, hi, how are you doing, and all those things, right? Hi, how are you doing, and all those things we write and write. So this is our data which is hidden, right? In that letter, we are not writing on the top of that. We are writing inside the segment, right? Inside the envelope, we write it. So this is our data. Okay. Now the status. Okay. When we have posted this letter. Okay. Let's suppose this one the letter. We have posted this letter to one of our relative. Okay. Then we need to know whether the status it has reached or not. Correct. Whether it we got some error. Okay. Yeah, port and messages, correct, Kishore. So we'll come. I'm just telling the brief actually right now. And then we'll come on the technical term as well. Okay, one by one we'll come on all the technical terms, and then it will make more clear. But I'm just telling you what is the IDOC actually and why it looks like. Okay, how it looks like. Then we have third thing is status. Status means when you have posted this letter, okay, to your friend, to your relative. So in some days or some like 2 days later or some hour later, okay, if it is today's time, then it takes only hour to reach, okay. But earlier days it was many days it used to take. So we can say resolution is 720p max. Kishore, I think you need some better internet. So I cannot go more than that. Otherwise, I might require more than 500 Mbps of speed. So that's not possible for me. We'll see that. Okay. Indian record, I'll try. I'm trying to post the videos as well. We'll see that. Okay, so status. So what does the status mean? Whether the post has been sent or not. So we can say sent, okay, or we can say not sent, okay, and then we can say lost, or we can say still waiting to go out, okay. So these can be status for that, like what is happening with your letter, okay. So if you go to your post office and asking, sir, what's the status, did you send post it or not, then they will say no, it is still with us, okay, we have to send it. So these kind of status are there, okay. And let's suppose it has been sent also, but it has not reached, it got lost in the receiver end, like your relative did not get it, but you have sent it and your post office sent it, so it got lost, okay, due to some reason. In SAP term we can say it got failed, okay, it is not working, it is not processing. So we can say lost as a that word. So what we do is either what we have to do is either we have to ask the main, like we have to send the status or the letter again to our relative, okay, or we can just say okay, let that one or try to find it. So what we can see is we can ask Indian Post Office to find for you, and then if they are able to do it, they will try to send it again to your relative. And once it is sent back to your relative, then what you can do is you can say to the your relative that did you get the letter or not. He can say that yes, we got the letter, and then the like it's like sent, okay, and received also. So these are the status we can say. In the IDOC also we have similar facility available, okay. So the at the letter was received, and now whatever you are trying to do, you wanted to post a letter, right? So that got completed. How did you get it? See, address, we have given the address for the customer or we are relative also, right? And the data which we have written, that how are you doing, okay. So that we have done is, and then what the last, whether it has reached or not, so that also we got to know from here. So that's how that letter thing works. Similar way, the IDOC also work, okay. When we have to set up some kind of customer in the system, we have port, okay, we have partners available in the system, that we have to configure with the T code W20, we can do it, okay. And then the data, so we have some segment available which holds the data. What kind of data? It can be purchase order, it can be purchase request number, it can be good receipt number, it can be material master, it can be customer master, or all the most of the standard object which we have available, all can be transported with the help of IDOCs, okay. So guys, till here, do you have any doubt? And the status can be in our system, whether if you are sending the status, so at that time we can say whether the post has been created or not. So the for that status is some 51, 53, 64. There are a lot of many status available with the based on the type of IDOC. So guys, are we clear till here? Say yes or no, guys. Yes, great. Okay. So now coming to we got the concept, right? What is the IDOC? Okay, and what it holds actually: address, data, and status. These are the three things it holds. Okay, generally. And now we'll come back and saying that what kind of IDOCs are available in SAP system. Okay, so there are two type of IDOC available. One they call EDI. Okay, the other one they call it as ALE. We mostly play with ALE system. EDI is basically for our very standardized system like some government bodies or some other document businesses. There we use the EDI, but now mostly we work with ALE. Okay, so what's the difference between ALE and IDA? That also we'll see in the upcoming session. But uh, the full form is, you can say, electronic data interchange. Okay, so we can say electronic data interchange. So this is a full form of EDI, and for the ALE, the full form is application. Can anyone tell me the full form of ALE? Yes, IDOC can contain master data as well. Sign. And the Umesh, the yeah, application link enabling. Correct me. So Umesh, when the status change, right? So that means like when we are sending or receiving the output, the IDOC, it gets changed automatically. Like if once we receive it, okay, when we are writing some code for processing that, if get processed or not, we send the status change. Okay, for outbound also like that, some jobs we have to run and then the status get changed. It is not automatically, we have to configure those part as well in the system. Okay, just mind my mistake or spelling mistakes. Okay, ENAB. Okay, so these are the two types we mostly use. Okay, and I'll just copy the same part again. So there are two things in IDOCs. Okay, so there are two types for this IDOC. Guys, you can mind my this drawing. Actually, I have never used PPT. I have one or two times I have used PPTs. So you can just please mind my PPT skills. But this was bit required actually to make you understand how the things are and what all those things. Okay. Okay, so we have two things available here. One is application link enabling, and then see ALE we use when we are sending the data from one SAP system to another SAP system. There is a possibility what we are doing is like in SAP we have MM, SD, FI and others, right? So let's suppose we have created the master MM data. Okay, in master material master we have created. Now the sales team also requires the same material, right? Or the finance team also requires the same material, or the PM or PS team also requires the same material in the system. So what happens, or there's one, let's suppose we have one other server itself. Okay, so in a single customer can have multiple servers or landscape available. Okay, so there we have to set this information. So and there those also are SAP system, or we can say PI also. SAP PI is also SAP tool. So there we are sending this information, then ALE kind of IDOC are used. Okay, when non-SAP kind of what we call product, we are going to send the data outside. That time non-SAP means it can be Java application, it can be some Python application. I have not used EDI in my life yet. Okay, I just know the bit of concept, but mostly we use ALE, and I have used the PI market flow and what we call MuleSoft. Along with that, I have used IID, IIB. Okay, these are the what we call, these are called middleware actually. Okay, we are sending the information to those middleware. What they are doing is they are capturing the IDOC and then transforming the data based on the application they are going to send. They can convert to XML, they can convert to JSON, they can convert to any other format. Okay, so these are the two types of IDOC we mostly play with. One is ALE, one is IDOC EDI. Okay, So guys, are we clear over here? Any question I can answer here? See, IDOC thing is like we should all know the answer thing actually. This is the basic people ask, and the interviewer also has so many questions from IDOC, like what is IDOC, what is the segment, what is the data, how many, what IDOC holds, like and what is the distribution model, what is the vendor, what is the port number, what is process code, what is the function module. There are hundred of questions there in the ALE or IDOC thing. So if you are not sure, we can connect by, okay, and then you can ask your question, I can answer you to those, and then you can work on, okay. Now coming to some terms actually which we are going to use when we are defining the IDOCs or creating the IDOCs, okay. So let's come to some terms actually, and then I'll show you the SAP screen along with that, so that it will be more clear, okay. So there are some term actually. So first term we mostly use is basic type, okay, or people call it as IDOC type. What is IDOC type? Okay, basic type. So what is basic type actually? Okay, let me just make it clear. So what is basic type? Okay, so basic type is nothing but a name we are giving for each process. Okay, so let's suppose you are going to send some information for purchase order. Okay, so yes, fine, yes, the answer is yes. We can say use the IDOC for migration as well, but that depends the source or system when we are sending the IDOC is SAP they are having or not. Okay, so that is possible. We can send that. Okay, so what is basic type? It is just a name with to define that what kind of type or what kind of object it is. Let's suppose if it is PR, so the object can be PR. Okay, if it's PO, then it can be PO. It can, if it's a invoice, it can be invoice. Okay, if it's a material master, it can be material master. So these are just basic type which we have created in the system. So one of the basic type, if I tell you, then that mostly we have used mat mask. Okay, so what it does is mat mask 01. It holds the material master information in the SAP system. Okay, this is a standard thing. Okay, we also have custom. We can also create our customized part as well. Okay, this is one of the standard material which SAP has. See, for most of the SAP standard modules, SAP has already given us the IDOC steps so that you don't have to create your own. And what SAP suggests is that do not go for customization. Okay, SAP always suggests that the custom object should be as much as less possible, but the clients which we are working on, okay, there are some processes in their current business or they are not going to change that, and then they said no, we cannot do as per the SAP. Then in that case what we do is we try to design or we will try to build the system or SAP system based on the client requirement also. Okay, so in that time we have to create the custom basic type as well. Okay, so that start with G or Y, like we have custom object, right? So we can also create a copy of this, or we can create our any type. Okay, if you want purchase record or purchase information, good information, okay, good receipt, so that you can create. Now the second thing concept come is actually IDOC extension. In the basic type itself we have one concept called IDOC extension. So let me copy it. I'll show you screen as well so that it will be more clear one by one. Okay, I'll just move it one by side actually so that you can clear it. So we have one something called extension. So what does the extension word itself mean actually? Extension means you already have something with you or the process or anything, but you want to extend the scope of that thing. It can be your work schedule, it can be your data, it can be your place, or it can be your ground, it can be your office, right? Anything what you already have something but you want to extend the thing, right? So now we have basic type available, like in SAP what they will take the simple example. that in SAP, what this is, use this basic type and you can use all the material level information. So you might have seen the Mara table, right? Mara, Mardi, Marci. So there we have almost 100 fields available, right? 100 or 200 or 300. But still, the customer says that all those 300 fields, none of that is useful for my process, okay? Or it is not working for me. Then what we do is that we can create one extension for that thing, that okay, now you can use that IDOC also along. You can use this IDOC, but what we are giving two extra field to you with the help of extension. So this is also one of the interview question, okay, that how will you do the extension and when do we use the extension, okay? So this you can answer now, and if you have any question regarding this, you can just put a comment. I'll help you to answer that as well, okay? Basic type, we do not generally go with the extension because we have created once the customer speaks to us, and then we can directly add the extension to MetaMask. But if it is really required, we can go for extension. So that is one thing, okay? So this is the one word or one segment. Now, one concept is segments, okay? So after the basic type, the next thing comes is segment actually, okay? What is segment actually? Segments, okay? Let me proper do it. See guys, I'm telling you with my own experience and what I understand, and as per the Google also, you can read some documents based on that, but I think that will be more clear. But still, okay, it will be like I'm just giving one proper example. So segment, what is segment actually? So segment is like a folder, okay? What it does is it holds the values, it holds the field structure actually. Like I said, MetaMask IDOC I'm going to send, but in MetaMask, what is there, okay? So we can have, okay, what we can have in the MetaMask, we can have material number, okay, and then we can have material name, like it can be pencil or rubber or anything, okay? So we can say material name, okay? I'm just giving an example, but it can be some different name also. Then we can have, it can have quantity, how much quantity is there for this material, or price, I can say material price, okay? Now these three information I want to, like, we are just building a business. Now what we do is we produce some kind of food, okay? We are a food company, we are producing a material, and what's the material name and what is the material price. I want to send this information to my customer or to my another B2B customer, right? Then what you can do is you can put all these things in one folder, okay? And that's where the folder comes in the segment, okay? Then what we can do is we can put it in one folder, okay? And then see, this is related to the material number information, okay? Then we can have segment one is there, okay? So I can say material segment, okay? So this is one folder we are sending inside the IDOC, but what we can do is we can send one more folder. How we can do is, I'll tell you the other way also here. So let's suppose we have one segment called material, okay? And the other segment is stock, okay? Or let's not go for stock, I can say material and what we can give guys here. Any question, any suggestion guys here? So one can be the material segment. With the material, what we can do, or we can do the sales, okay? We can do the sales. So now we are changing the scenario, okay? So we have this material which we are producing, and we want to tell the business or tell my senior, tell my management that how much sales we have done for material. So what we can do is we can just copy this segment part from here, okay? Let me give it here, okay? And then I can sell for the sale amount for this material, okay? Or I can say period. What does the period means? Like 20222 2023, okay? This is the period. And then what is the sales, okay? So I can say 1 lakh quantity. So this is information, right? This is randomly being generated from our table data or the transactions, right? So sales is 1 lakh unit, okay? Or we can, some car producer is there, then they are saying that, okay, we have sold 1 lakh cars for this company. Now what we are doing is that we are sending three information in one folder, okay, and three information in one folder. So this is called segment, and this is at the field level of field data and all those things which we are going to go. Okay, it can be 100 fields can be sent, can be 200 fields data can be sent based on the requirement. So how do we map it actually? Okay, so I'll just give you the mapping, and so that you can link actually. So there is a mapping is required. You guys should understand this thing. Without this, what we call the linkage, it will be a bit difficult. So let me just go to insert and icons, I guess, shapes. Okay, so yeah, so these three things can be there in one folder. Okay. Oh, I'm not good at PPT. You have to bear with me a little bit. Okay, these two, and then one more thing, third one. Okay, so these three are there in one folder. Oh my god, why you are not getting picked up? Okay, so these three are get picked up actually. Let me just stretch it. So these three are belongs to this. Okay, I'm just do not go for the better thing. Okay, and then similarly we can also do the same thing for this also. So let me give it. Then this is one folder actually. I think I need to work on my PPT skills as well now. Okay, so I can directly this thing. Oh my god, great. And then last one. See, we can have so many boxes, okay, and so many folders can be possible in one IDOC. I'm just giving you an example of two. Okay, so now this is all being done actually. Let me put a shape over here. See, these was one block. Okay, how to put it behind or some white color? No. Okay, so shape, if I go, how to put it in background? Is it possible? Send to back. Yeah, so this is one kind of block. Okay, good, I can do like that. Just give me a sec, guys. So this is one block, and this one again another block. Send to back, send to back. Okay, so and then this is one folder. Okay, in this folder we have total three fields. In this folder we have total three fields available. Now this can be attached to our basic types. Okay, and that is the linkage actually. So once we see how to create this, then you will be more of clear actually. So all these three can be attached to one basic type. Okay, and the segment can also be used in multiple segment. If you want to reuse, that is also possible. We can use a segment in other IDOC also or other folders also. So that is also possible. I'm just giving, see, this information I'm giving based on the, like, people who are not sure what is IDOC. Okay, some people might be knowing and then they will be getting bored, but we have to take it with everyone. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, bear with me for now. Okay, so this is what. Okay, one we have to first we create the fields. Okay, or if fields are not available, okay, then we first create some G field or custom field. Once it is available, we create the segment. Okay, and once segments are created, we create the basic type. Okay, inside that basic type we give the segment. Inside the segment we give the material field. Guys, are you clear till here? Please, yes or no? Any question? See, it is a bit of important topic in for developers mostly, even for function also. Nowadays, they are knowing that, okay, they know how to configure the IDOC, what is the distribution model, how to configure, what is the process code, everything they are doing nowadays. Okay, so but still, we should also know because we have to write logic, we have to know what tables are being used, okay, how to change the status, what status we are going to send back in the program. Sometimes we define the status also in the program as well, that if it is failed, then this should be the status, if it is not, then this should be the status. Likewise, we set the status also in our system. Okay, so that we'll see while we are doing the codes. Okay, then see, I have told you that we have created one segment over here, right? So inside that also, what we can do is we can have one more folder. Okay, so you know, folders are folders thing, right? So inside that we can create one more folder, and we can do more of hierarchy actually. Okay, so that will see, I'll show you in system, and that you, it will be more of clear. Okay, now we have types actually. Okay, so what is type of IDOC we get actually? Okay, so see, when we are sending the IDOC, okay, sending the IDOC to outside world. Okay, outside world means that any third party or any SAP PI system or anything. Okay, so we call it as outbound, means we are sending the what we call, we are sending the IDOC data to outside, so we call it as outbound. Okay, these terms mostly they use. Okay, and the next thing is we receive the IDOC, okay, in our SAP system. It is two-way process. Okay, it can be outbound, it can be inbound. So this is a two-way process. Okay, now when we are sending the IDOC, okay, so what it holds, it also holds the control, like the envelope which I told you, right? So we have to tell what is the address, or in the technical term we call it as a port or partner thing. Okay, so those things we have to configure, or sometimes the basis team they configure the address for us, and then we just use it uh, in our system actually. Okay, and then we have to define the data part as well as the status also, and the status once it is sent to the receiver, the automatically the status gets changed. Okay, the programs are running in the background that they gets to check, and then they do it. Okay, the coming to the inbound, like when someone is sending us the data, so it is coming input, right? It's like a in to the SAP system, and that they call it as inbound. Okay, so we have some direction thing which we call it. Okay, so for outbound we use direction 1, for inbound we use the direction 2. So when you are working on, so sometime the basis he might not be sure about the type, so you can say for two kind of status or outbound or one or two, this is the direction I need this configuration. Okay, so this we'll see in SAP also, it's possible. And if you want to filter or see some record in some transaction W02 or W05, there we just give, okay, that I want to only search the inbound item. So there you cannot give this inbound as a character string. You have to give the number over there. Okay, so that also I will show you. Just give me some more time. So these are the things. Now we have one more thing called partner. So what I said about partner is that partner is something that either he is going to receive the information from us, from our SAP, okay, or he will be sending us the information. Okay, in both with both the time and both way, we have to configure the partner thing, right, in the system. So it can be receiver. Okay, partner can be a receiver. So both the things we have to done actually, receiver, or it can be a sender. So we will see how to configure the partner also with the T code. So that is also important. You should know the partner profile, how to create the partners in the SAP system. Uh, how will you tell the partner that I'm sending one IDOC, like I'm sending one Matmas IDOC? How will you matter? How will you determine it should go to the correct person or not? Okay, so the partner is it can be business, but we are defined as a partner as a person. Okay, whether you are going to send this information to one particular partner or not, or person or not, you cannot send this information. Let's suppose I'm sending some invoice information, okay, and it should go to XYZ customer, but you defined it wrongly over here. Okay, And what you can do once you send the thing to partner and then it has gone to different partner, it can be a data breach. Okay, so that is very severe issue actually. And I have seen actually the scenarios happen, and the person who was doing this, he got the jail actually. So this is one of the thing actually, and he got the bail also. Okay, but that was not a big issue. It was done unintentionally, that got reported. So invoicing was very, I'll say, for a company, invoicing is very critical part of the document actually. Okay, it should not go to some. So accordingly, we also have to be very sure what we are defining here. Okay, and where our information is sending. Okay, so outbound can be sent to partner, or partner can send us the inbound. So this is a linkage. Okay, so guys, hope I think you will remember this. Let me just put a check over here. Wow, in this one shot I was able to do it. Okay, so this is partner, and the port also we define that which port, like in partner also there is a possibility that multiple users are there or multiple systems are there. So there we define the port, so exactly this system or this place it should go to. Okay, so that's we can do. Okay, then we have something called message type. Guys, I'm telling you all the processes one by one, so that when we are seeing that you can correlate, and when it's coming to the message, what we call, uh, it comes uh, to do the configuration, you are able to see it and in one shot. Then okay, fine, that's what we are doing, and this is what it is. Okay, so this is one thing. This much we have done it. Okay, just forget the PPT part. Now we'll work on the second part. So let me just take it. Now we have something called message type. Okay, so we earlier we have seen the basic type, right? Basic type. Now we have something called message type. Okay, let me take that shape again. So we have something called message type, or messages. I'll just say messages. Okay, or let me type message type only. That will be more actually. So what is message type actually? So in SAP, what SAP has done here is that we have created the basic type. So basic type is nothing but it holds the structure that, see sir, what is happening that uh, if you want to use this thing, okay, if you want to use basic type matmess, so what you will get in this system. Okay, so let's suppose you are going to purchase a car actually. Okay, and then what the guy is saying that, sir, do not go to the showroom, let's go to the production house or the production factory. Okay, you went to the production factory, and then what you saw there was, sir, okay, this is car. Okay, then what he will tell you that, sir, in this car you will get one steering, you will get four tires, you will get one bonnet. Okay, and all those information, but you are not able to see actually. So where is the seat? Okay, where is the steering? Where is the gearbox? Where is the headlight? Where is the horn? Okay, so all those information is not available over here. Or what color of seat is available, what color of light is available, what color of car itself is there. Okay, so those information will not be there in the this basic type. This is just a structure. It says that I'm going to hold this much of information, I have these many segments available, I am having these many fields available inside that. But if you want to display, talk about the data, so that comes in the messages. Okay, messages holds the value of the basic types or the data which we are going to send. Okay, so one message type can have multiple basic types. Okay, so I think if I show you in this system, so there we have seen, let me just copy this, control A X, and we have one messages available in SAP called MatMas. So those who are working on the material management side currently can confirm, please, that what all the basic types available for message type MatMas. Those who are working in the member part, please. Agent BP, business partner. No, that's not a business partner, Gunjan. Business partner is a different concept, and this partner is a different thing. IDOC with BAPI explain. So what you are planning to do, Kishore? So you'll be getting some information with the help of BADI, and then you will be sorry, with the help of IDOC, and then create some kind of material or purchase order or PR information like that, Kishore. Guys, kindly reply so that I'll be knowing so that we can move further. Those who are working on MetMask, can you please confirm what is the message type available? What is the basic types available? Okay. So we can link multiple message types to one message actually. So one message can hold a lot of data. Okay, lot of data means it can have basic one structure. Here we are sending right that sales and all those things. So next we can have MetaMask 2 also. Okay, so I will show you in the system. So we have MetaMask 2, MetaMask 3. Okay, those are also possible. So message holds the information or the data, and the basic types hold the structure. Okay, why it is not getting increase? Okay, so hope it's clear, guys. Message type holds the, I got this interview question recently. Okay, I was looking for an interview, and the interviewer asked me the question, what's the difference between message type and a basic type? Okay, so I knew this thing, I was able to answer, so he got right, that's the difference actually, and that's the reason we create the message type and the message type. So for that also we have a T code available. Okay, fine. So this is one thing, and then we have something called process code. So process code I'll not tell you, but I will show you in the system. Then we have port, we have partner profile. Like partner profile we have told, right? So partner profile means that we are going to send this message to that partner profile. So what I can do is I can just move it with, and then partner profile we can create in our SAP system, and we can send many things to the one partner profile. Once we set up it, we can send the PR, we can send the PO, we can send thing actually. Okay, so what we call it is partner profile. So for all these things we have different T code. Partner profile we have W20, MetaMask we have message type we have I think W81, a basic type we have WE30. Okay, and then segment we have WE31. Okay, for field, how do we create the field? With the help of our AL11, oh sorry, SE11 data dictionary object we create. So for everything, these, if a person is going to configure end to end, he has to at least go through of 10 to 12 T codes to complete one IDOC configuration. Okay, Jay, what is your question? I could not understand. Can you please come again on the comment? Then I'll take your question as well. Okay, and then next thing is option is fine, outbound thing is fine, inbound we have seen. Okay, then we have structure is fine, control record is fine. Okay, let's go to the system. I'll show you all those things one by one in the system, and then you will be able to see the things directly in the system. See, for IDOC also we have already standard thing available, as well as we have what we call custom also. Sometimes we also have to create the custom thing also. Okay, so I'll go PPT one by one, and then you can see in the PPT along with that screen. Okay, so let me know if it's visible, guys. Okay, I need to share my whole screen. Just give me a sec. Then only it will be visible. Okay, hope I think it will be clear now. Okay, So we'll go with first is IDOC thing. Okay, so to go to the IDOC, I'll just use for now W02. Let's see if any IDOC is available or not. Then I'll show you these address data and status part. Okay, then basic type can be, you can use the message matmas and execute. No IDOC selected. If it has any IDOC or not, that is also not sure. Okay, great. See, if you can see this screen, matmas is outbound IDOC, means they are sending the material information to outside the SAP system. Okay, so when I showed here the address, data and status thing. Okay, so if you see here, see, this is basic type, right? I told you this is my message type and this is my basic type. So message type will be matmas, but basic type can be matmas 05, matmas 04, matmas 03. That depends which message you are using. There are lot of messages available, but let's see here how many types of messages it has used. Okay, just filter it and F4. See here, you can see a single message which we have given can have I am at 05, 03, 04. Let's take any of the metal type, because see, different type can have different data which we are sending outside to the customer. Okay, so when I display this thing, right, so what I told you that we have address, we have data, and then we have status available currently, right? So here in the control record, okay, if you are sending outside, we will have this control records. What it holds is, it holds when it was created, what is the IDOC number, what is the username, what is the, so let's see that. Okay, just click on the control part and just execute again. See here, so the basic type is matmas. Okay, we have not used any extension, means like we are not sending any extra field or data. Then type, it is blank for now. The message type is matmas, which we have used. Okay, partner profile means who is a receiver. See here, we have given the port that it should go to xi. Okay, it should go to the xi, which is our xi module, or it can be integration, right? And then this is our 800 client, and the partner number. See here, this is the partner number. He will be getting the data. If this IDOC got success or data got reached, then this IDOC number will be sent out. Okay, and then we have partner types. So some partner types are also available, which we create the RFCs in the system. So it can be a logical system, it can be RFC system or other thing. Then we have sender, like who is sending this information. Okay, so what is saying that this is a recipient who is going to receive, and then this is what, who is going to send. So this SAP system, whoever this user ID was there, they are going to send this information. So SAP TRN is the port for that. This is the partner number for my SAP here. Okay, and then LLC is the logical system. If you go to technical information, it says virtual version for this SAP. Okay, see here, output mode, right? One or two. One means outbound and two means inbound. So means it is coming. So that's the reason I think it got failed. Okay, so here is output mode actually, not the way actually. So there is a possibility how this IDOC should send out. So there is a possibility we can write like it should go immediately. Once it is done, then some subsystem is available. IDOC collect everything. Like what happens? We are generating 50 to when we are doing the billing kind of thing, right? So let's suppose Airtel wants to send this kind of file to all the users. So Airtel might have some 30 crores of people. So they are not going to send it to one by one, one by one. What they supposed to do is, let's complete the job and then send them to, okay, some 50,000 in a sort, 10, 20,000 like in a sort. Okay, so it will collect the information for some particular number of IDOCs and it sends to the system. And then we have some serialization also they have maintained. This is also one beautiful concept, like if you want to send some information, let's suppose why do I'm calling it serialization, you might have seen also my question in one of the forum, like I asked if someone has worked on the serialization or not. Okay, so why serialization is required is to maintain the data consistently, or like let's suppose I'll say, okay, I want to buy a car. Okay, and the registration process also has to happen, and then the next process is go for like mostly Hindus, what they go is go to the temples and do the puja, right? So these are the steps. First, purchase the car. Second, get the registration number or get the key, and then third, go for puja, right? So if car is not received by the buyer, he cannot go for puja, correct? Or he cannot get the RC. You got my point, right? So it has to go in the serial method. First, he has to get the car. Second, he has to go to the RC and get the RC thing done. And the third, he has to go to puja. So for that kind of thing, like when we're working on the IDOC, we are sending the material number first. Okay, let's suppose. Then we are sending how much quantity we are going to send you. Then we send how much budget it is left after the quantity. So this is kind of serialization, and in that manner we can send the IDOC. Okay, then it is showing the time of creation, and then last when it was used. So there is a possibility that it was created yesterday, but it got failed, and someone tried to reprocess this IDOC and try to send the file to the user again. Okay, BD10. What is Kunjan BD10? I could not understand with this question. Can you repeat again or write properly so that we'll understand? Okay. So this much information is called the address information, like I've showed you in PPT, right? So address, what is the customer, when it was sent, all those information come here. Now the second part is data. Okay. Data means how are you doing in the letter we have written, which is our confidential data. Okay. And IDOC is also one of the secured thing. When we are sending the IDOC, it secured the things. Okay. See here, this is one segment, even Mara. We have seen the segment thing, right? So in this segment, we have fields like what it is sending is 005 data, it is sending some material number, it is sending the created date, who is created that, okay, some material type, okay. And inside that, if you go, there is more segment, like one segment, then a main segment, likewise. So we can create those segment also. See, MAKTM, so it is sending like, okay, this is SPR, all those information is sending one by one, one by one. If I see here again in MRCM key, okay, inside that again one more segment is there, EM1 PGTM. So it sends only this information. So see here how much hierarchy is given. One folder, inside that folder, one field, right? Then two folder, and then total three folder. So three segments was there in one IDOC. Okay, and this can be repetitive like TM are repetitive. I'm not taking it one. And then we have Mara one. This is the main segment, we can say. Okay, so this part holds the data, whatever data we want to send or communicate to the customer. Then coming to the status. Okay, so you can see the first status is 01, means IDOC got created or generated in SAP system. The next IDOC was 30, like IDOC is ready to dispatch, like means the data it has collected. Okay, and it's waiting for to go out. Once it's tried to process the IDOC, then it got failed. Okay, so why it got failed, we can write some logics to do the determine or exception handling, those things we can do. Or even sometimes the standard thing, SAP has already given us a feasibility or the code for that or function modules that we can utilize, and then could not find code page for receiving system. So see, receiving system whatever is configured, that thing was not found actually, and that's the reason the SAP was not able to send the IDOC to outside, and it got failed. Okay, so there is a way we can reprocess it. Like if the user said, okay, now we are ready to receive it, then we can go to BD87 and reprocess that. We'll see that, okay, if it's working for us. Okay, so I think address, data, and status part is clear to guys. Okay, now the next thing we had EADI and ALE. This part we can leave it. This is mostly done by configuration thing, and it's not relevant to us. Okay, but we should know the concept, what is EDI and what is ALE, and which one do you use. And okay, and you can say why do you also, why do you use as well, so that you can answer that question. If you need some more in detail, then you can there is one book available for SAP press book is there. If you want, I think I can share with you guys, and then you can go more in the detail. Okay, it's some 400 to 500 page file, like I have one PDF that you can read out. Okay, then see here, we have what we have seen is we have seen the fields. Okay, and then we have seen the segments. So these are the segments. Then we have seen the basic type also, and then extension we have not seen. Let's see the extension also, if it is there, we'll see. Okay, and then basic type is fine. We can create our custom type. So custom type also I can show you also right now. Let me just give this up. Let's see now also. So if I'll go here and if I give message type as G star, if anything is available or not. See, someone has created some schemas. Okay, and let's see if any IDOC is there. So see, we can create our custom IDOC as well. Okay, let's check for all the IDOCs. If everything is available, we'll take everything. Okay, given the logical messages, execute. No IDOC selected for this time period. Let's search for a longer. Okay, so there is no IDOC available for this G star, but we'll see. Okay, if time permits, I'll create one G IDOC also, then we'll see that part as well. Okay, then last thing, uh, last seat. So we have seen outbound, inbound. Okay, so if I go to W02, which is the T code we have seen, see here, we have one field over here called direction, right? So if you want to search some IDOC over here, then you can just come here, press F4, and it says which one you want to see. So one is for outbound, two is for inbound. I want to search only inbounds, okay, or I want to search only outbound, then we can give the filter over here. Okay, this is basically filter, and the direction also we create while configuration. Okay, then partner we have already seen. Okay, but let me show you the partner also. We have T code called W20. Okay, see, you have to remember these IDOCs actually. So it says I don't have authorization to change that use this T code. You do not have authorization for display function partner profiles. Okay, so leave it. I think I have to take some other system there. I can show you, or you can see in your system also. You might have access for that. Okay, and then we have message tab. We have seen partner profile also. We are not able to see. So that is all, guys. From the introduction purpose, I think we have taken 1 hour for that, and I think you are clear, guys. Right? Yes or no? If it is concepts are clear actually. See, our concepts should clear first. We know all are working, and we can work on. We can take the help of Google. Okay, but you should know the basics actually. Like if you don't know the basics, how to search the things on the Google also, then it's not useful. Okay, you should don't know what is what you have to search for really, what you have to search for IDOC types, then it's not useful. So guys, is it clear, guys? Those who are live, guys, yes or no? Yes, 1 years concept. I have a web book of Bhandari. How is that book to refer? I have not seen that book yet, but you can share me that screenshot. I'll see that if I have seen that. Okay. Okay, guys. If you don't have any doubt, then let's close the call. Okay. And if you want, you can just like the video also here. Okay. There's one like button available. You can do that. Okay. It might help to reach other people as well. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's meet tomorrow for the configurations. Okay. Bye. Good night.